everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for my technological competence video, this is actually part 2 of my Microsoft tutorial series. I will be showing you the basics, the functions, and the special features of Microsoft Excel, and it will be shown here in my laptop entitled Workbook 1. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Now that we are here in the Microsoft Excel, let me now present to you its basics, its functions, and its special features. So when you start working on an Excel file, it automatically leads you to the opening of a new spreadsheet. So we have here default, which is sheet 1, but it is renamed to work 1 because we are currently using a book 1 template from the iStudy portal. And then we have here the sheet 2. So this was already added. But if you want to add more sheets, you can click on this plus button, and then we have here sheet 1, sheet 3, sheet 4. So now, let's remove that one, as we will not be using any of this anyway for our demonstration. So spreadsheets are composed of rows and columns. So these are what you call columns. It is labeled in letters. And this is what you call rows. It is labeled in numbers. When you see an intersection between the two, like for example, you can see here in the name box, it is C4, or let's say this is F9. This is what you call a cell. And fun fact, Microsoft Excel contains over 17 billion cells. So when you click on several cells grouped together, it is called a range. Let's start with B4. So you start at the upper left corner when dictating a range, and then you end with the lower right corner. Let's say H12. Yes, so this is what you call a range, from B4 to H12. So we can see in here that the Microsoft Excel has different parts of tab under one ribbon, and these are File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Automate, and Help. So let us have a walkthrough with the groups of each tabs, which we can see here in the Microsoft Excel. So it has a little bit of similarities with Microsoft Word. However, there are some of it that stands out different from the rest of the Microsoft application. So let us first go with Home tab. We have here the clipboard, the font group, alignment, number, styles, cells, editing, and add-ins. So let's go to Insert tab. We have here the tables, illustrations, controls, charts, spark lines, filters, link. Then we have here the layout. We have here the themes, page setup, scale to fit, sheet options, and arrange. Then let's go to the formulas. We have here the function library. Then we have here defined names, formula auditing, and calculation. Now let's proceed to the data. We have here get external data, get and transform, connections group, sort and filter, data tools, forecast, outline. We also have here the review, which is proofing, performance, accessibility, language changes, comments, notes, protect, and ink. We also have here the view, in which you can see here the workbook views, show, zoom, windows, macros. We also have here automate and help if you need contact support or feedback or any help that Microsoft Excel could offer. So now let's go back to the Home tab. If we can see here, there are some special functions in the Excel, but can no longer be seen in here due to lack of space, you can just click on the dialog launch button, and there you can see the special effects or additional ones that can further enhance your workbook. You also have here additional features such as the horizontal scroll bar to have a walkthrough of the columns, and a horizontal scroll bar to walk through the columns. We also have here the zoom in and zoom out options to have a clearer vision of keeping your workbook intact. So, if you want to enter data into the cell, whether it may be letters or numbers, you can either type it directly to the cell or add more in the formula bar where you can see the set of text or numbers as a whole. Let's say Becca, like that. And then I want to add more here, Dong. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Now let's undo. Let's put numbers 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Since there's already a pattern like adding one number for each cell, you can do an auto-handle filter. Autofill handle rather. And then you drag the green lines so that the pattern will continue. Let's say I want to do it until 40. Oh, this is actually another method where you can see here that I only click on one cell and then I did an autofill handle and then the same number comes out. So that's pretty much like it for the function of the autofill handle. So when you select a cell here, it selects the whole of it. And so if you want to write something, for example, I misspelled a word. Let's say like that. And you want to edit a few letters of it instead of the whole word. And you click on a cell and then you type in, it will be erased completely. Whereas you only need to edit a few words. So what you're gonna do is you double click on it, and when you double click there, you can edit the letters that you want to make it complete, like that. If you want to clear the formatting because you're not satisfied with the way you encode your data, you can just click on formatting, the clear button, and you can see different options of clear in here, such as clear all, clear formats, clear contents, clear comments, clear hyperlinks, remove hyperlinks. If you want to click on an additional row, let's undo this one. Let's delete that one. There. If you want to click on an additional row, you can click on this certain number and click insert. And there you have an additional row. The same goes with the column. For example, I want to add a new column here, and then let's put insert, and then we have a new column. So if the data is encoded for so long and it doesn't fit the view, let's say I'm gonna type additional annual income tax. Let's write it here instead. And then you click on that. Oh, it doesn't work either. So let's find another cell for that so we can fully demonstrate it. Let's do it instead in column G, in cell G6, let's say. Let's see if this time it will work. Oh, unfortunately, we cannot fully demonstrate it because I think this workbook is already defaulted to extending its size. However, if that happens, for example, this years of service, it is quite long and this is the normal size of a cell, so obviously it doesn't fit. All you need to do is to click on this. You can either move it, drag it, or you can double click on the certain letter. You can drag this one like this and then double click on the specific letter where you want the column to be resized, and then it will resize to fit all the letters within the cell. So another feature here is the autocorrect. So unfortunately, it is also no longer in here, but rather it can be seen here in the review. You can see here the proofing, spelling, thesaurus, and workbook statistics. You can also check its performance, check accessibility, and translate language if you want to encode a different language in your data. So now, if you want to change the location of the cell, the data rather, that you have encoded, you can just click on this and then drag. You can see that one. You can drag it to a different one, a different column, a different row, and there it moves. Let's try it in arrange mode. So let's say this one. I want to move it downwards, and then it appears over here. You can see that one. It moves from this column to C20 to E29. So that is how you move a group of data. So now that we're done with the anatomy of the Excel, let us move on to the functions. So this is what makes Excel interesting, because when you start giving commands or operations, especially when it comes to basic ones, the basic math operations, it automatically computes it for you. Let's say, for example, I want to compute the sum of the years of service. So I will type in here equals Then we can see a different variations of operations such as substitutes, subtotal, sum if, sum ifs, sum product, and these are not familiar for me. I think this is the latest feature of the Microsoft Excel. So let us go with the basic one, which is sum. Then you can just type in the numbers. So 9, oh, a correction. Yeah, so it's colon instead of semicolon. And then there. It computes from 9 to 11. Now, let us try it if we use the location of the cells exactly. Let's see. Sum. The location is B2 to B11. And then that's the result. 66. If you want to compute the mean of this, then you click equals, then average. Average. And then same location. B2, B11. And then press enter. And then the result comes out. You can also do other more variations of operations in here, and it is really important for those who are doing computation of grades for educators or statistics for researchers, because you can easily compute here the mean, the median, the mode, and standard deviation. It is all here in the formulas of Excel. Oh, and another feature that I would like to show, let us go back to the sum. If you find it a hassle to just simply encode, you can use AutoSum of this two, and it automatically appears here. B2 to B11, then you press enter. That's more efficient. You can see the result instantly. Now, we can also modify your tables. So this is actually the last part of the return demonstration of the Excel. You can see in here, excuse me, we have here the employee name, years of service, salary. It is all in colored. You can just edit it here in the theme colors and in the font color. For example, the employee name, I want to change its color to green. And there it is. And the years of service, I would like to change it to purple. And then it goes like this. You can also change the color of this itself. For example, I want to make it like color pink. And then it becomes a pink table. You can also modify more. If you don't like this one, you can change it to another one. Let's say Times New Romans, and then it changes that way. Now, this is the time when we can adjust the sizing. Let's see if it will work. There. We are now able to resize a cell, which we cannot do earlier, and now we finally demonstrated it. And so to show all your data in one chart, you can click on Alt and then F1. Oh, but the function doesn't work here in the operating system of my laptop. So we couldn't also use this feature as well. But you can also align your data by clicking on the alignment. For example, you want to align it in right, and then it will be aligned this way. If you want to align it in center, you want to increase indent, decrease indent, and then the left column, the left indent rather. You can also change the arrangement of this. In the number format, we have here the general, number, currency, accounting, short date, long date, time, percentage, fractions. And if you want to make your data more organized, you can sort it here. You can sort it from largest to smallest. However, it's already been fixed, but maybe I can just show you a preview of it so you can sort the numbers from largest to smallest, or you can sort the number from smallest to largest. And if, for example, I want to replace a number and the data is too long, you can also do it in the find and replace. And then the number will be changed. So that's pretty much like it for our walkthrough of these functions, basics, and special features of the Microsoft Excel. So now let us proceed to the conclusion. And that's it for my Technological Competence video regarding my tutorial on Microsoft Excel. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching. Bye!